Presenting Volvo XC60, 2018 World Car of the Year. And right away, there is a problem.
Now, to be absolutely honest with you, after spending a week with this thing, I have actually fallen in love with the XC60 T8 Inscription Plus. Now the problem is, I can't really explain why. It is a very beautiful looking car to begin with. In fact, in recent years, Volvo has been making their cars really desirable. It is built on the scalable product architecture platform, or the SPA platform, same as the 90 series, and it looks unmistakably Volvo. And yet, it is very different from the bigger brother, the XC90. Volvo says, and I quote, "Everywhere you look, there is something to delight."
Starting from the front, headlights designed with Thor's hammer position lights now extend towards the grille. It has got an imposing front look together with the muscular hood and the lower bumper design, which comes as an optional aero kit all around that includes the silk metal side mirror covers. The rims are 19-inch 10-spoke diamond-cut alloy wheels, and when you look from the side, just like the other models built on the same platform, it is very well proportioned, which is a very important characteristic for an SUV. Unlike the XC90, the rear looks like a jacked-up V90 now, with a pair of L-shaped taillights, and the optional lower bumper skid plate with the quad tailpipes complete the entire handsome rear look. Volvo's current cabin design language is just marvelous, and they say they treat the cabin as if it's a room in our house instead of a moving box from point A to point B. So they pay extra attention into interior design with a strong Scandinavian influence. So it's very welcoming, it feels airy, premium in build quality and organized. Very clever in making full use of the space. This particular unit is fully imported from Sweden, a place called Torslanda, directly translated as Thor's Landing. Yes, the place where God of Thunder descended from heavens. Hence, the Thor's hammer design DRL right in front. So this CBU unit has a different look, different color and different use in material. For example, the mesh metal inlay comes from the R-Design look. Locally assembled Inscription units has got driftwood inlay, which is a Scandinavian thing. Now this metal strip here that runs across the dash is one long piece of aluminium. So because it's used to hold the wood inlay, metal expansion and shrinkage due to heat might crack the wood. So what do? Yeah, you create a gap somewhere within the length of the aluminium strip. But being a Swedish, you've got to be a bit more creative, right? Check that out. The Swedish design flag has room for expansion and shrinkage. Clever, eh? I like the look of the steering wheel. It's the right size and it's nice to hold, but I've got to say that the buttons are a bit too far out to the sides, making me unintentionally pressed on it quite a few times. It's got pedal shifters, which is nice. Digital cluster is a 12.3-inch TFT screen, which you can change different theme, different look. It's got a head-up display. In the center, a 9-inch Sensors Connect touchscreen head unit, which is very easy to use and looks great. It has got a very sharp 360-degree camera system. The air vent designs are lovely. One of the highlights in here is this, the crystal gear knob from Orofors, paired with this diamond-cut engine start-stop knob, drive mode selector, and volume control knob. All this together, no one competitor in the same segment come close to this. You get two cup holders in here. The armrest compartment though, well, it's not exactly deep. That's because the hybrid batteries are located in the central tunnel and not in the boot, which means you get more boot space, so that's alright. Napa leather seats are very comfortable. It feels airy and spacious in here thanks to the large panoramic sunroof. The icing on the cake in here is the 10-channel 1100-watt 15 speakers Bowers & Wilkins audio system, which is only available in the Inscription Plus variant. It is tuned to recreate the unique acoustic experience of the Gothenburg Concert Hall. Volvo took this audio business quite seriously by putting Bowers & Wilkins audio engineers above their own cabin designers in order to achieve the best audio output. So Volvo designers had to work around the audio layout. It gets an air-ventilated subwoofer built in the subframe of the car, creating deeper bass by drawing air from outside. The rear doors are weirdly small for a car this size, but they do open up quite wide, so I guess that's fine.
It is pretty spacious back here. I've got plenty of legroom, very good headroom, very comfortable Napa leather seats. It's got armrest with storage space and cup holders. Isofix points for your baby seats, rear aircon vents on the B pillars, which are nice. And it's got a very clever hidden compartment down here. Look! Now that I've mentioned it, it's not a secret anymore, isn't it? Anyway, I've got to say that the window line here is a bit too high, but the natural light from the huge panoramic sunroof makes the entire car feel airy and spacious, which is good. Boot space is not class leading, but it is mighty impressive. You get a flat boot floor for easy loading and unloading of heavy things. Can it be lowered even further, you ask? Yes, you can. Air suspension, yo! And if you need more space, just flatten the seats at the back and you get a nice large flatbed area. The T8 badge in new Volvos nowadays means that it is a plug-in hybrid or a PHEV. So this range-topping XC60 T8 Inscription Plus is powered by a 2-litre 4-cylinder twin-charged engine, supercharged and turbocharged. It's paired to an 8-speed automatic gearbox powering the front wheels, and it generates an impressive 320 horsepower and 400 Newton meters of torque. Wait, there's more! Together with the electric motor, it churns out a whopping 407 horsepower and 640 Newton meters of torque. This 2.1-ton machine can get from 0 to 100 km per hour in just 5.3 seconds. Top speed 230 km per hour. To put all these crazy numbers together into perspective, this car is way more powerful than Mercedes-AMG GLC 43 and the standard Porsche Macan Turbo. This pretty looking thing is no slouch at all. On the tamer side of things, this plug-in hybrid can cover 45 kilometers on pure electric mode alone. You can get it fully charged at home in just 4 hours. How's the fuel consumption figures like? Well, Volvo claims it can do 2.1 liters per 100 kilometers. On the safety front, being a Volvo, it does come with very impressive safety suite. Volvo's IntelliSafe system is one of their innovations to achieve their version of Vision 2020, which is no one will be killed or seriously injured by the year 2020 in a new Volvo car. We Malaysians have Vision 2020 too, you know. Or rather, had Vision 2020, which I think has been postponed. Malaysia boleh. This XC60's IntelliSafe system includes city safety technology with pedestrian, cyclist and large animal detection. And as you can see, a whole lot more to keep you, your passengers and other road users safe. And even animals. So when all these radars, sensors and cameras come together, it will be able to predict the future. It will first monitor your driving behavior and sees its surroundings, which it will then able to take necessary precautions to avoid crashing into someone or something. It would also try to make sure that you are safe in the car if an unavoidable collision were to happen. It is just like your guardian angel. So now, how does it drive? Well, you see, I'm actually not a fan of PHEVs. Oh, don't get me wrong, I love the crazy amount of power output it can generate and the fuel economical aspect of it. But there is always a drop in power during the transition and that jerk when the engine fires up. Not only that, it takes a while for the engine to pick up speed and deliver the power that you need, which is always a hashtag potong steam moment. In this XC60 T8, however, the transition is so smooth you can hardly feel it. Thanks to the supercharger that provides initial low-end torque, the power during the transition is almost constant. The engine fires up without a jerk and power comes in almost instantaneously. It is so smooth. Put your foot down and the power delivery is immediate. This thing is seriously quick.
especially when you are in power mode with the petrol engine and electric motor working harmoniously together, which then it becomes an all-time all-wheel drive SUV. There are 5 driving modes to choose from: all-wheel drive, pure, which is pure electric, hybrid, power, off-road, and individual. They are pretty much self-explanatory, so I'm not going to go into detail with that. The ride is uber comfortable thanks to the air suspension setup. It absorbs potholes of all sizes really well. It is also able to adjust itself to different ride heights based on the driving modes that you have selected. But I need to break this bad news to you guys. Locally assembled XC60 T8, they don't come with air suspension. Sorry. The steering feel is very light but very precise. It makes you feel that you're in control all the time. In fact, I would even describe it as lovely because it makes maneuvering this SUV so effortless and in control, which is a very nice feeling. You can tell right away that this is meant to be a very comfortable family SUV once you start throwing it around corners at speed, because of the softer suspension setup and the weight that comes with body rolls as well. Even so, it is surprisingly capable at coping with it. Well, that's because it has got some clever things going on in there, such as the dynamic torque vectoring, active yaw control, and understeer control logic to make sure that it's able to perform for you, so you can throw this 2-ton SUV around with ease. The hybrid battery placement in the central tunnel helps lower the center of gravity, and it's the clever way of storing them. It's kind of the safest place within the car to store it because batteries are highly volatile and highly flammable if the casing is ruptured. So you kind of want to keep it away from possible exposure to collision. Here's the XC60 T8 party trick: adaptive cruise control and pilot assist, which is somewhat like a semi-autonomous function. It comes as standard in all Volvo T8 models. It accelerates, cruises, brakes, and even steer for you, and it works really well. Definitely one of my favorite features in this car, which is especially useful when you're stuck in traffic jams. So now then, is there really a big but for this car? Well, if I really must, it is still the brakes. It is a lot better than the XC90, with better braking feel and it's tighter now, but due to its regenerative braking characteristic, it is still a little twitchy, a bit sensitive, especially in the second half of the pedal travel. But I guess you just need to get used to it and master it, and that'll be fine eventually. The team and myself back in office love this car. We think there's no competitor in this segment come even close to this as a whole, as a complete package. But we just somehow can't pinpoint what is it that makes this car so desirable. So I've come to this conclusion. That's the beauty of this all-new XC60. It is such a complex yet impressive car made simple for us, for you, making our daily commute a safe, comfortable and enjoyable one. Now it makes me want to have one of these. Damn it. So, is this car for you? Well, if you're looking for a powerful SUV that's handsome and at the same time has got strong road presence, comfortable and safe, which is essentially a car that you and your family will appreciate, then yes. But if you expect all of those things that I've just said and you want more, such as loud exhaust and sporty driving, then probably not. If you want to find out more about the all-new Volvo XC60 T8 Inscription Plus, do log on to AutoBuzz.my. If you like our video, do give us a thumbs up, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the logo or the subscribe button below. Oh, don't forget to click on the bell icon to be one of the first to watch our latest videos. Energy, like?
Big energy.
Oh, rolling ah?
Rolling.
Rolling ah? Okay, sorry. No competitor. Drive mode selector and video.